आचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada की प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की गोलोक प्रेमधन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की मायापुर धाम की वृंदावन धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की ताई गौर प्रेमानंद All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Namaste Narsimhaya. Namaste Narsimhaya. Praladadaine pralad Hiranyakashikurvakshaha Hiranyakashikurvakshaha Shilatanka nakhalaye Shilatanka nakhalaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Ito Narsimha Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Ito Narsimha Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Ito Narsimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Yato Hey Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Yato Mahi Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Mahi Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakha Adbhuta Shringam Talita Hiranyakashiku Tanu Bhringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Avakara Kamalavare Naka जगदीश हरे। जय केशव त्रेता नर हरि रूप, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। जय केशव त्रेता नर हरि रूप, जय नरसिंह देव, नरसिंह देव, नरसिंह देव, जय नरसिंह देव, जय नरसिंह देव। जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, जय 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 प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय। निताय गौरा हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। निताय समस्त भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक नरसिम्हदेव भगवान की, भक्त श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, शरणाम संकीर्तन की। हरे कृष्णा। अभी भगवद गीता पे प्रवचन होगा अंग्रेजी में, तो कृपया करती शांति से बैठे रहिए। नाउ देयर विल बी द क्लास ऑन भगवद गीता इन इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज। प्लीज बी सीटेड इन द टेम्पल हॉल। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। 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 यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यमुना तीरावनचारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यमुना तीरावनचारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातिरवनचारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातिरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ हरि हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय श्री गोपाल जय श्री गोपाल जय श्री गोपाल जय श्री जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानि जय प्रभुपद श्रील प्रभुपद श्रील प्रभु ओ निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari. जय श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की, जय श्री गोपाल जी भगवान की, जय श्री गौर निताय भगवान की, हरि नाम संकीर्तन की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की. Hare Krishna. So we'll be reading today from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, text 31. In case you have mobile, then first of all turn it off or keep it in silent mode, and you can search the Veda base. You can write Gita 3.31 and you will find it, in case somebody wants to see what verse we are going to read. So you can open it. But after that, ensure that you turn it off or keep it in a silent mode. We have time till 8:30. So next 45 to 1 hour, we'll be discussing on the Bhagavad Gita, which is going on every Sunday. We have 1 hour of session. So I'll just read the shloka and then the word-to-word meaning, translation and the purport from this Bhagavad Gita as it is. So the verse 31 goes in this way. Ye me matam idam nityam anutishtanti manava shraddhavanto anusuyanto muchyante te api karma bihi. I just read the translation. Those persons who execute their duties according to my injunctions and who follow these teachings faithfully without envy become free from the bondage of fruitive actions. Purport. The injunction of Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the essence of all Vedic wisdom and therefore is eternally true without exception. As the Vedas are eternal, so this truth of Krishna consciousness is also eternal. One should have a firm faith in this injunction without envying the Lord. There are many philosophers who write comments on the Bhagavad Gita but have no faith in Krishna. They will never be liberated from the bondage of fruitive actions. But an ordinary man with firm faith in the eternal injunctions of the Lord, even though unable to execute such order, becomes liberated from the bondage of the law of karma. In the beginning of Krishna consciousness, one may not fully discharge the injunctions of the Lord. But because one is not resentful of this principle and works sincerely without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, he will surely be promoted to the stage of pure Krishna consciousness. So before we start, we'll recite few prayers, seeking blessings from our Guru Maharaj, Lord Krishna, and then we'll discuss on this verse. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamishya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamisha E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we welcome all the devotees to this Sunday discussion on the Bhagavad Gita. We are reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 31. So I'll give a brief overview of how we will be leading towards verse 31. What all was discussed in the first 30 verses, because many of you would not have come regularly. So I'll just give a recap of what we have discussed till now. So of course Bhagavad Gita is being spoken between Krishna and Arjuna in the battlefield, in the midst of the war. Just a 1 hour session, and Krishna had a discussion with Arjuna. And in the first chapter, Arjuna is telling all the reasons why he does not want to fight, get into this violent activity with his own family members. Better to give up the kingdom which he is not attached to. So all the reasons he gives for not fighting, how it will be good for everyone and for himself not to fight. And then in second chapter, Krishna tells Arjuna that what you are talking of, not fighting, that reasoning is not best based upon the scriptures. It is based on more of your emotions and attachment. Just like a small child does not want to go to school initially, he just want to play. And if he gives the reasoning, that you want me to be happy, and if I go to school, I don't like it, I'll get stressed, I become unhappy, then I'll become weak. So it's not good for me to go to school. He gives all the logic. But that's not the case. Mother will not agree. So then Krishna tells him, what all reasonings that you have given, it's more out of bodily consciousness, out of attachment, out of fear, which is not good. Then he talks about something, he tells about the identity, on what basis one should decide. And he talks about the difference between the body and the soul. So we are all spirit soul. Most of the time we work based on thinking that we are this body. Isn't it? Like a lot of heat outside. बहुत गर्मी हो रही है, ठंडी लग रही है. There's a lot of disturbance, stress and all. So we talk based on the body. When we think we are body, we feel the heat and all. But when we think we are spirit soul, then our thought will be different, our process will be different. And when we understand the nature of this world, there will be heat and cold. Kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. That's the reality. Heat and cold. After summer, rainy will start. And then we say that, oh, there's a lot of water every day throughout the day. When the rainy season will go. And when the winter comes, oh, it's a lot of cold. So this will keep on going. So if we understand the reality of this world, we'll not crib it. We'll just take an umbrella and go out when it is raining. And when it is summer season, we just take precaution of covering ourselves and going at a proper timing, maybe the morning or evening. There's no point in telling somebody, oh, it's so cold, and means what we'll achieve by that. So in that way, when we understand ourselves or work based on understanding that we are the spirit soul, or identity based on the spirit soul, then these are people with whom we'll be fighting, there will be no more when they get killed. Such words will not be spoken. Why? Because nobody gets killed. Nobody in the sense, the spirit soul does not get killed. It is eternal. So everyone will always be there. So then Krishna, in the third chapter, now he talks about, okay, so now that you understand you are the spirit soul. But the spirit soul is in where? It's in the body. Right? It's not the spirit soul is outside, that you talk based on spirit soul. We don't tell this spirit soul, that spirit soul. We talk based on the name, person, identify with the body. As a student, as a husband, as a wife, we identify based on the position, which is external. So we have to talk. So then Krishna talks in this third chapter regarding the spirit soul in this body. What he's supposed to do, how he's supposed to behave. So that's how this third chapter is The name itself suggests karma yoga. Very interesting, na? Karma yoga. Many people says, they have the philosophy. Apna karma karo, baki sab bhul jao. Acha karma karo. Why you have to go to the temple? Why you have to pray? Why you have to chant? बस अपना कर्म करते रहो. And when you ask them what kind of karma, or you see their activities, what kind of karma? Eating, sleeping, enjoying, right? That kind of karma they do. And they do not disturb anyone. They say, I do not harm, I do not unnecessarily hurt anyone. But by nature, everybody looks after their self. Selfishness is there in everybody. What I get, that's the way nature works. Like even if you come to the temple, if you ask in the core, if I ask you why you have come to the temple, there will be some reason. Some people, most of the people say, oh, I love going to the temple. I enjoy going to the temple. I find it a very peaceful atmosphere there. Man shant ho jata hai. See, everything is based on I get happiness. I get calmness. So it's based on me. That's also selfishness, no? So what should be our consciousness when we come to the temple or doing anything? Krishna is touching that point. How we should work. We have to work. Everybody has to work. Nobody remains without working, even for a moment. Even for a moment, nobody... Now somebody says, I am meditating, I do not think of anything. Are we working at that time? Our mind is there, thinking, intelligence is there. We are sitting still, trying to be erect. Something or other is going on. Not physically, mentally. So nobody can restrain from working even for a moment. So in what way one should work? So when this third chapter started, Arjuna was a bit confused. Because he said that Krishna, you are telling that intelligence is better than work, fruitive work. If you say that intelligence is, because Krishna told in second Gita, buddhi yukta, work in the intelligence. So he said that if you feel that I should work and with intelligence, and with that intelligence keep the abominable activity far away. Abominable activity far away. Then why do you want me to engage in such a war? Because he thought that war is an abominable activity. See, his thinking is war is an abominable activity. And he did not want to. And Krishna is telling now fight also. So how do you understand? Whether to give up the work or continue the work. But this work is leading into so many kind of abominable activities. So he's confused. In the first two verses he says like that. Then Krishna, from 3rd verse till 9th verses, he's telling that see, nobody refrains from working. So better to work. In what spirit you have to work? In the spirit of being detached. When you work for the Supreme Lord, selflessly, without getting attached to the work, then that kind of work will lead to the liberation. You will not get binded by such kind of work. That's why the 9th verse, it says that work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Yagya arthat karma no anyatra. Do it for yagya, as a sacrifice. Any activity that we do, it should be a sacrifice. Just like a mother says, no, I sacrificed my life for you, my child. So what does that mean? Sacrifice means what? Yagya? Is she doing yagya? No. Here the sacrifice means working selflessly for the betterment or care of the child. Isn't it? So that is a sacrifice. So yagya arthat karma no. So karma has to be done as an act of sacrifice. For whom? That is for Krishna. Now why Krishna? Because that's the position. Just like, what is the constitutional position of a fish? To remain in water. So similarly, the constitutional position of this spirit soul, we all, spirit soul, is to serve God. To serve God, to serve God. Now, when we talk about serving God, we feel like then he will be exploiting. If you work under somebody, he will exploit. That's the concept we have in this material world. But that's not like that. In the child and a mother relationship, you see, is there any exploitation? If mother is serving, is there any exploitation? No, it's out of love. There is a competition. Mother says, I want to serve you. Child says, I want to serve you. So similarly, between Krishna and Arjuna, there is a competition. Krishna says, I want to serve you. Though being a god, he wants to serve. And he takes that position of a chariot driver. And Arjuna, for him, Krishna is the master. He follows his instruction. So there is a competition. So that service is based on love. So that's how this 9th verse says that Yagya arthat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Otherwise, it's a karma bandhana. And then, when one follows this act of sacrifice for pleasing Krishna, then he'll be freed from the samsara chakra. So this verse says like this. Now 31st verse is similar to this 9th verse. And then Krishna discusses from 10th verse till 16th verse, he talks about the cycle. The cycle. What is the cycle of activities in which this world functions? Like we all depend upon food, right? We all subsist on food. Food comes from, because of rains, the farmer grows, Now the rain comes because of what? So that was the cycle Krishna is telling. Then we subsist on food, food comes from the rain, rain is given by the demigods. And demigods, how to please them? When we follow the instructions. So these instructions are given in where? Less instructions are given how to please them. This is given in the Vedas. So when we perform the sacrifices for the demigods, and these sacrifices are given in the Vedas. And these Vedas are coming from whom? From Supreme Lord. So you see connection of Supreme Lord, what we are doing. So everything that we do has to be done as a sacrifice for the Supreme Lord. And the best way to purify that or to do sacrifice is the food that we grow or that we cook should be offered to whom first? Krishna. Then it will be purified. It will be converted into the bhakti. A very simple process which Krishna gives. So after Nishkam Karma Yoga, the cycle of sacrifice, and then Krishna gives the example. He says that once you do Nishkam Karma Yoga, you will be purified. One will be purified. And when one is purified, then he can give up the work. He can give up the work. Prematurely, if somebody gives up the work, then that situation will not be proper. He will fall down from his position. Like somebody says that, oh, I am working, I am so much stressed. I want to give up everything and go to Himalaya. Sadhu ban jayenge. Out of frustration. So Krishna says, no, that will not work. Jai Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki Jai. That will not work. Because unless and until one has purified himself by doing what kind of work? Selfless work. See, generally when we work for what? When we get salary. Right? Anywhere somebody has called us, we ask what we'll get. Isn't it? That's why we work. But selfless work means no expectation of the returns. Out of kindness, we work voluntarily. When we do that, then we get purified. And then, by prolongedly doing that activity, when we get sufficiently purified, then one can leave the work. Stop performing activity. But Krishna says that even if somebody is purified, he should continue work. For what sake? To set an example. To set an example. Because people will be watching you. You are purified. You want others to be purified. But they see you, you are not working. And he is purified. So maybe I also do not work and I will get purified. Wrong impression will go. So you continue your work in a detached way. Just for setting a right example. And Krishna says, I myself follow that. When Krishna comes in this world, what he does? He gets married. And he follows the orders of his wife. Does so many activities. Just like a normal householder person. So Krishna says, I myself do such kind of activity. to set a right example. And he gives the example of a Janak Maharaj and all. So in this way, till verse 29, this goes on. And today we are on verse 31. So what does the verse 30 says? Verse 30 says that Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yuddhyasva vigata jvara. Fight. In what way? O Arjuna, surrender all your work unto me. Mai sarvani karmani. Surrender all your work unto me. Sannyasa adhyatma chetasa. So sannyasa means give up. Give up all your work. Means offer all the results of your work unto me. He's using the words mai. Not first time, second time. Because in the second chapter he used matpara. Here he is using mai, unto me. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya. Give up all your work as an offering to me. So selfless work, but unto Krishna. So bhakti yoga is connected now. Because bhakti means to Krishna. So, adhyatma chetasa, understanding, knowing me, adhyatma chetasa, that I am and understanding yourself as a spirit soul, and understanding Krishna as the Supreme Lord, controller of everything. In that spirit, do your activity. Nirashir. Now this is the general for everyone. For Arjuna, nirashir. Koi asha mat karo, desire. Nirmamo. Don't think that you are the proprietor of the things that you have. Nirmamo. Bhutva. In that way, yuddhasva vigata jvara. Yuddhasva, fight. This instruction is for whom? Arjuna. Because he was involved in that scenario. The situation was such. He said, for you, you fight. How? Nirashir nirmamo. Without desire for the results and without ownership. And he's giving him the instruction, fight. Vigata jvara. Without lethargy, no laziness. Fight. In that spirit, do your activity. So this is the instruction he has given to Arjuna. In that case, to all of us. That work, adhyatma chetasa, understanding Krishna is the controller. And to please him, we offer all our activities, the results of our activities unto Krishna. In that spirit work. So that is the injunction Krishna has given. Now verse 31, which we are going to discuss now. Ye me matam idam nityam anutishtanti manava shraddhavanto anusuyanto muchyante te abhikarmabhi. Ye me, ye means those, me, my, matam, mera mat, those who mera mat, nityam anutishtanti. Anutishtanti means follows. Just like anu means together, one after another, or follow. And tishtanti means in Sanskrit is baithana. Baithana. So here anutishtanti means follow. Mere mat par chalo. Sit and walk. Sit or walk. On whose injunctions? On Krishna is telling my, ye me matam. So those who follow my injunctions, mera mat, whatever I say, those who follow that, anutishtanti. So that's what this first line says. Ye me matam idam anutishtanti. Who? Manava. Manav. Who are the manavas? Human beings. So why the word manav came? Why the human beings are called manav? Because we come from Manu. You know, in the day of Brahma, Brahma has created us, and Brahma in turn is created by Karnodakshay Vishnu, from whose navel Brahmaji comes, and he has created us. So there are 14 Manus in a one day of Brahma. What is the lifetime of Brahma? 100 years. And in each day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus. Each Manu rules for one Manvantara. He rules for how many? Manvantara. Now question is, what is one Manvantara? One Manvantara means 71.09 or 71.1, 14.1 actually. So 71 Yuga cycle. 71 Yuga cycle. Now Yuga cycle means, one Yuga cycle means Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, Kal Yug. That is one Yuga cycle. Like that 71. Now what does one Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, Kal Yug means? One Kal Yug, in one Kal Yug there are 4,32,000 years. In Kal Yug. Double of that is Dwapar Yug. Triple of that is Treta Yug. 4 times of that is Satyug. Like 4,32,000, 8,64,000. Again add 4,32,000. So that way, one Yuga cycle, Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, Kal Yug, one Yuga cycle multiplied by 71. That is one Manvantara, where Manu rules. And like that, 14 Manus in one day of Brahma. Rough. It's exactly around 1,000 Yuga cycle is the duration of one day of Brahma. That is 12 hours of Brahma. And similarly, 12 hours night. And in that way, Brahma stays for 100 years. Right now, Brahmaji's age is 50, crossed. First year, 51st year, first month, first day. In that 14 Manvantaras, 14 Manus. Currently, which Manu is ruling? 7th Manu. His name is Vaivasvat Manu. He is a son of sun god, Vivasvan. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Am Avyayam. Vivasvan Manave Praha Manu Ishwakave Abravit. So sun god has given this knowledge. So Krishna says that I have given, oh Arjuna, don't think that I am giving this knowledge to you right now. That is there, but initially I gave it to whom? Sun god. Sun god gave it to whom? Manu. Manu gave to Ishwaku. And in that way, in that cycle it is going on. So eternally you see, this knowledge is being spoken by somebody or other. Gita is so famous. Gita is so famous. It's not like 5,000 years back in the battlefield Krishna spoke. Same knowledge. Re-spoken. So these injunctions, instructions of Krishna does not change. He is eternal. That's why we follow. Or if we follow, we get benefited. So that's why it is saying that ye me matam, that instructions which is eternal. See, Prabhupada is telling, the injunctions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the essence of all Vedic wisdom. See, Krishna, Prabhupada is telling, it's the essence of all Vedic wisdom. So all these Vedas, which comes from Krishna, the essence is what? The instructions of Krishna. So in 30th verse, he has given the instruction, work in the spirit of detachment as an offering to me. In Adhyatma Chetasa, understanding I am the Supreme Lord. Nirmamo, nirashir, without desire for any gain. Nirmamo, without any proprietorship. Vigata jvara, without any lethargy. Same thing we have to do. We have some work activity to do. If we are a child, we are supposed to study. Not copy. Do not tell lie. Respect our teachers. Just one example, as a student. Don't play whole day. Similarly, for a women, for women in the sense, for a married women, for unmarried, there are some injunctions, we all know. Similarly, for men, there are injunctions. Go to work, come home, give time to the child, spend some time with the wife. So many instructions are given. And if we not follow, do something, in the heart we understand, oh, something is wrong. You see, in the heart Krishna speaks. As a Paramatma, he gives the hint. You are not doing properly. It's very simple. What to follow, what not to follow is very simple. And when we have a book, Gita, Bhagavatam, if we read that, we clearly understand. But otherwise also, if we just put our heart and understand, this will be good or not. If we do anything wrong, you see inside, our heart will say, no, this is not wrong, this is not right. If somebody sees, it's not good. You see? So Lord speaks within the heart. But it's a very small voice. And if we ignore, that voice just goes out. And then we become habituated to doing wrong. And when somebody says, hey, this is wrong, we become angry. Why? Because he's obstructing. And that's how anger comes. When our expectations are not met. That's how anger comes. So anyway, So here Krishna is telling, ye me matam idam nityam, not once, twice, nityam, ever, every time. Anutishtanti follows manava. We are all manav. We are coming from that Vaivasvat Manu. He is still there. In Jambu Deep, there are 9 islands. So this one island where he is still present. And what he is doing there? He is worshipping one of the incarnation of Lord, Matsya Avatar. He is meditating on him. Coming to this third line, Shraddhavanto Anusuyanto. Now what is the prerequisite for Anutishtanti, for following this instructions of Lord? One has to follow out of Shraddha, faith. Because somebody may follow out of grudge, na? Arey, isne bola hai, karna hi padega. Without love, without faith, somebody follows. Will like it? No, it's actually not following. It's not faith. I do not have faith. So Krishna is telling, Shraddhavanto. In what way to follow? Shraddhavanto, with faith. And then Anasuyanto, without envy. Ana means no. Suya. Actually, Suya has 3 meanings. One is without criticizing. Suya means criticize. Ana means without. So I'm telling Anasuya means without criticizing. Second, without fault finding. That is the second meaning. So without criticizing, without fault finding. And this one more. We'll come back to that. So without this and out of faith. Out of faith, one has to do it. Now, what does the faith means? Out of faith. See, we are traveling through the bus or say any rickshaw wala, or we go to the barber to cut our hairs. So we are giving our neck to the barber who has a scissor. He can do anything. But we have faith that he will just cut our hairs and don't cut anything else. When we are going in a bus, we have faith that bus driver will not bang or he will properly go around. So we have faith, right? We have to put faith even for normal working. So then coins has to be put in that. Now if you put in the water, what will happen? Somebody has to remove it. So why? They say hundi, put it in that. No? But if somebody, blindly, if you put that, then you will get aapka ye kaam ho jayega, that will happen. So that is the blind faith. There has to be some reasoning behind that. So faith means it should not be blind faith. There has to be some reasoning and it should be verifiable. It should be verifiable. Just like I'll give one example. One time Narad Muni was traveling. So when he came towards one place, the one Brahmana saw him and he ran to him. He paid his obeisances, he became happy and he said, "Oh Narad Muni, where are you going?" He said, "I am going to Vaikuntha to meet Supreme Lord." He said, "Oh, is it? Can you do one thing? Can you ask something?" He said, "Yes, ask. Tell me what you want to ask." He said, "Ask the Lord when I will become liberated." He said, "Okay." He went little ahead and then he saw beneath the banyan tree, big banyan tree, there was one cobbler sitting. So cobbler also saw Narad Muni. He ran towards him, offered obeisances and asked, "Narad Muni, where are you going?" He told the same thing, "I am going to Vaikuntha to meet Lord Vishnu." And lo behold, he asked the same question, "Can you ask Lord when I'll get liberated?" He said, "Okay, yes, both questions are similar. I'll just ask and I'll get back to you." So he went to Vaikuntha, met Lord Narayan, and then he was very happy to meet Lord Narayan, offered obeisances. And after some discussion, he asked these questions which were put forward by these two people. He asked, "Lord, can you please reply when this Brahmana will come and how long this cobbler will take?" So Lord said, "For the cobbler, he will come back just after finishing this lifetime. Just after completion of this lifetime, he'll come back to me." And Narad Muni says, "Wow, that's great. Now what about this Brahmana? How soon he will come?" "Oh, I'm not sure. He will take many lifetimes." And he was surprised. Narad Muni was surprised. So many lifetimes for Brahmana who is reading Vedas and just one lifetime for cobbler. He asked, can I inquire why? Why so? So Vishnu said, you will come to know. Just ask them this question. By asking this question, from their reply you will understand why they will take different times. And then Narad Muni said, oh, your ways are mysterious. Please let me know what question to put forward. He said, when you go there, they will ask, what was the Lord doing? Tell them that Lord was pouring the elephant from the eye of the needle. See, the needle is there and there is some hole there. So that eye of the needle, Lord is pouring home, not the string, he's putting home elephant. And Narad said, wow, I'll go and tell that. So he went there. So first he met Brahmana, and Brahmana was very happy. He came and said, oh, so Narad Muni, how was your trip? He said, very good. He said, did you ask about me? He said, yes. He said, what did the Lord say? He said, sorry, you will have to take many lifetimes. He said, what? Many lifetimes? Are you sure? He said, yes. He said, what was Lord doing when you asked this? He said, Lord was pouring the elephant from the eye of the needle. He said, you had really been there? How can Lord pour the elephant from the eye of the needle? How is it possible? So he doubted even on Narad Muni, what to speak of the Lord. And seeing this, Narad Muni understood why this Brahmana is taking so long. And he left from that place. He went to the cobbler. Cobbler paid obeisances. Seeing him, he was very happy. And Narad Muni, similarly, cobbler asked, so what was my Lord doing? And he told, Lord was pouring the elephant from the eye of the needle. Hearing this, he said, what great it is. He said, he's pouring. See, he can do such activity. He said, do you believe in this? Narad Muni asked him, do you believe in this? He said, why not? See this banyan tree beneath whom I am sitting. This banyan tree, the fruit of each banyan tree has so many seeds. From each seed, so many big this banyan trees comes out. So just from a small seed, such a big banyan tree, which will bear so many fruits, which will have so many seeds. From each seed, there are many big banyan trees. So if you can do such a marvelous activity and see these planets, so many planets roaming around without any gravitational force, and you see so marvelous thing he can do. So what to speak of this small elephant he's pouring? He can do much big activity. And he was jumping and happy to know about the activities of Lord. And Narad Muni understood, yeah, he has got what? Faith. Which kind of faith? Blind faith? No, he has a reasoning. He has all the reason why Lord can do like this. So not like blind faith on anything. No. There was one Brahmana in South India. His name was Arjunacharya. So he would write a comment on the Bhagavad Gita. He would read, and on his leaf, there was a leaf at the time, there was not a paper. So on his leaf, he would write the comments on the Bhagavad Gita, shloka. So he would read Bhagavad Gita. So he came across one of the shloka from the 9th chapter, 22 verse. So in the 9th chapter, 22 verse, he came across this shloka which says, Ananyaschintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshema. Protect them. And vahamiham. I carry what they have and I provide what they lack. So if they don't have something, I provide them. And if they have something, I protect them. Vahami, vahan karna. And like vivaha. What is vivaha means? Somebody is vahata hai, who carries, like a husband carries the necessities of the wife. He provides the necessities to the wife, all the necessities. Vahan karna, isliye vivaha. Vahan, vehicle, vahan karta hai. Dhota hai boja ko, hai na? So that's how vahan. So, vahami aham. So, that's how Krishna says, vahami, I carry. He personally, vahami aham, I personally carry. And I protect what he has. So this Brahmana thought, actually this Brahmana would subside just by begging. 3 houses he would beg, whatever he gets, that's all. Otherwise, entire day will go without whatever he gets from the 3 house. If he did not get, he remains hungry. So that's how his family would go on. So one day, this Brahmana did not get anything from the 3 houses. So he went back to home, drank some water and started reading Bhagavad Gita. And he told his wife that today somehow we have to fast, we don't get anything from the 3 houses. And the wife said, okay, what can be done? And then he came across this sloka, wherein Krishna Vahamyami, and he thought that, oh Krishna, maybe through somebody he does that. He uses some instrument, through that he provides. How can Krishna provide himself for so many living entities? Alone, how can he do? So he just thought that maybe Vahami Aham, so that is not he himself does, he does through somebody. So he cut that point. He just made a scar on that point, on this line. And then he told his wife, okay, I am going to the river to take bath, I will come back. And he went. And then once he left, there came the 2 beautiful boys, knocked the door. Wife opened, and she was aghast to see such a beautiful boys. And he said, what makes you come here? Please come. And they were carrying lots of fruits, vegetables, cereals. And he said, who are you? And what is this? He said, we are the disciple of your husband. And he has asked us to take this and give it to you. He said, oh, you came at the right time. Today we could not cook anything. So thank you so much. And then she was about to give something, and by the time this 2 boys said, we have to go back. We are getting late. So please excuse us. And they just turned back and tried to leave. And suddenly when they turned back, this lady noticed that behind this boy who has a bluish complexion. So one was bluish complexion, another boy was a whitish complexion. So behind this bluish complexion boy, there was a scar, as if somebody has bitten him so badly. So she said that, please wait, what happened to you? Why there is a scar behind? He said, your husband, he got angry and he bit me. He said, how can he do like this? She became angry and these 2 boys left. Husband came. By the time she cooked something for her husband, and as soon as the husband came, she said, what kind of man are you? Why you bet your disciples? And he said, which disciples? He said, these 2 boys who came, so beautiful, and there was a scar. He's thinking, what are you talking? Tell me detail what happened. And then she explained every detail. This happened, that happened. And this Brahmana, hearing this, he just started crying. He said, my God, you got to see Krishna and Balaram, you are so fortunate. And he ran inside and picked up this Bhagavad Gita. And there, in that Yogakshemam Vahamyam, which he had with that mark, he had marked that was not there, disappeared. And he was within the heart, he was feeling he was happy in one sense that Krishna himself came and provided and corrected him, and he was unhappy because he did this to Lord. He did not put faith in the Lord, that these words of the Lord. You see, in the putting faith in these words of the Lord. So that's how Lord's pastimes are. His mata, here it is being spoken about, yeme matamidam, right? One who follows my injunctions. So these injunctions are as good as Krishna's words. They are no different. Whatever Krishna says, whatever Krishna writes in Bhagavad Gita, each and every syllable, what to speak of line, they are Krishna's words. Nobody can prove it wrong. And nobody can change it, correct it, add their own matas. That's why you see beautifully Prabhupada has written, as the Vedas are eternal, so this truth of Krishna consciousness is also eternal. One should have firm faith in this injunction without envying the Lord. There are many philosophers who write comments on Bhagavad Gita but have no faith in Krishna. There are many philosophers who write commentaries on Bhagavad Gita but they have no faith. With this intelligence, we can't just decode this Gita. There are many Bhagavad Gitas you will find. And Prabhupada is telling, but they have no faith. They will not get liberated, as this verse says. Somebody who has a faith in the words of Krishna, they'll get liberated. Prabhupada is telling these commentators who have written Bhagavad Gita, they will not get liberated. Why? Because they don't have faith. With some intellectual, they write commentaries. But they don't put the mata of Krishna, the instruction of Krishna, they put their own mata. I think it is like that. They write all kinds of words. That's why Prabhupada, his Gita, this Bhagavad Gita, is named what? Bhagavad Gita as it is. No change, no other matas. One time when somebody asked, from the media, somebody asked, "Oh Prabhupada, how come your ISKCON is growing like anything? There is a flood of people coming in your ISKCON temples. How it is growing within such a short time? So many people got connected." He said, "Just because I am just giving whatever instructions Krishna has given. I have not added any of my points. No, my mata, nothing I have added. I am just giving what Krishna has given." Therefore, we have to be very careful when we read any commentary of Bhagavad Gita. We may not know the subtle nuances in philosophy. It may look, by reading, it may look like just, oh, it is the same thing. But inside, it's just like a milk touched with the snake poison. It looks same. But when you go deep in depth of the philosophy, there is a change. Just like in Krishna, when I came to ISKCON, before coming to ISKCON, I would just go and visit many sadhus. I would go to church and I would read Bible and I would hear many sadhus. And from everywhere I would hear, I was not sure who is God is. I just felt many gods are there. And we have to peep deep within inside, because all the sadhus with अंदर देखना चाहिए, बाहर नहीं देखना चाहिए, शांत रहना चाहिए. And I would love that. Wow. And I would remain quiet, calm, meditate. And then that time I will feel quiet, okay. But then once you are out, gone for work, and then you are absorbed in that, and then again you are back into that normal scenario. But when I came to ISKCON, the first thing, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Very clear. Ekala Krishna Bhagavan, Arasa Bratya. Rest all demigods. I heard the first time demigods. Oh, wow. 84. There's so many, 33 crores of demigods. And all are working under the instruction of Krishna. They're all managers, like Indra, giving rains. I said, wow, it makes sense. You see, Indra is giving rains. And what is Krishna doing? He's just enjoying. So he is the enjoyer. Bhoktaram. And there is a shloka. For every sentence, the devotees would quote shloka. Bhoktaram yagya tapasam sarva loka maheshwara. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of life. He is the enjoyer. Bhoktaram yagya tapasam. All the sacrifices. Tapasya. Brahmaji, he is telling, Ishwara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. Ishwara Parama. Param Ishwar is Krishna. So all the shlokas and everything. So ISKCON has, like, for every sentence that devotees speak, they would give the verse. And I said, wow, this is the best place to be in. And I started coming regularly and I started hearing. And somehow I said, this is the best thing to do. Now, when I say best thing to do means what? To read and teach. Does not mean that you also have to do the same thing like what I did. So Krishna, he is telling, you see, follow my instructions. Right? One who puts faith. What is the instruction? In 30th verse, he is telling Arjuna, Mai sarvani karmani. He is not telling leave every karma. No, and take sannyas. No, he is saying Mai sarvani karmani. Sannyasya adhyatma chetasa. Sannyasya means give up all your work for Krishna. Do activity in that sense. And then yuddha, he is telling to fight. So you see, he is not telling to leave everything. He is telling to fight. Do this activity in that spirit. In Shraddha, with faith. Anasuyanto, without being envious of Krishna. Without finding faults with Krishna. And third is without criticizing Krishna. Muchyante te abhi karma bhi. Muchyante means get liberated. One who does this, one who follows this, anutistanti, one who follows these instructions of working in the spirit of detachment, they will get liberated. Te api. Api means they also. Who? One who have faith and non-envious. Means not only those who are following the instructions of Krishna perfectly, but even those who are not able to follow, but they have faith. They have faith in Krishna's instructions. You see, Shraddhavan and then Anusuyanto, those who do not envy or criticize the words of Krishna, the injunctions of Krishna, they also. That means if somebody has faith in the instructions of Krishna, but they are not able to follow. See, Anutistanti means follow. So first line is very Krishnan. Ye me matam idam anutistanti, one who follows. They will get liberated. That is very clear. But second line says that Shraddhavan anusuyanto te api muchante. They also get liberated. Just one who has faith in Krishna and who are not envious, they will also get liberated. But then question is, if they have faith in Krishna's word and they are not envious, why are they not able to follow? Why are they not anutistani? Why are they not following them? So we all have experienced that we have faith in the words of Krishna. And we don't envy Krishna. We don't criticize the words of Krishna. But still, we see, we many times not able to sincerely follow. Right? We have desires. Abhi gussa nahi karenge. Abhi subah uthenge. We will chant. But many times we fall down. We do not do that. But if one has that faith and continues, and do not envy and continues, then what will happen? Yoga kshema vahamiyam. Krishna says that I will provide what you lack. So initially, when somebody in the initial time is not able to follow, then if they continue without hopelessness, you see Prabhupada here writes, without hope at the last line. This principle, sincerely, without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, he will surely be promoted to the stage of pure Krishna consciousness. See the beauty Prabhupada is writing, each and all these purports are so beautiful, connected to each and every word. That without hopelessness, if somebody continues, yes, let me follow this path. One day I will become pure. That's why this bhakti is. Our goal is prema pumarto mahan. We want to achieve the love of Godhead. And it starts with what? Shraddha, faith. We need to have faith. Ado Shraddha sadhu sangha bhajana kriya, anartha nivritri. So first comes the faith. We need to have some faith. Like you all landed up here in temple, some faith. Maybe by going to temple, maybe something will happen. Of course, initially we think, oh, for me I'll get happy, please and all. Good. Yena kena prakarena, mana Krishna niveshad. Whatever way, if you want something, ask Krishna. If you want peace, get it from Krishna. Akama sarva kama. Whatever desire you have, no desire, come to Krishna. Don't go anywhere else. Because he will purify us. But the best is, don't ask anything from Krishna. He knows what you need. Ask for prema. Oh Lord, I want to serve you. That's the best thing. But if you have something, ask Krishna. Don't go anywhere else. No need to go. Ananya. Nobody else. Just Krishna. Have that faith. Right? He will take care. He promises. So with that faith, even if you are not able to follow it, if you stick to the process, then what will happen? Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha. We take the association of sadhus, because if you want to become like somebody, you need to associate with such people. If you want to become a drunkard, roam around with drunkard. If you want to become talented, roam around with the talented people. If you want to become rich, move around with the businessmen and the big rich people. So similarly, if you want to achieve spiritual enlightenment, roam around with the sadhus. So Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, and then bhajan starts. So bhajan does not mean bhajan, just bhajan karna. No, bhajan means varieties. In bhakti there are varieties. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam. Like what you are doing is Shravanam, you are hearing. What I am doing is Kirtanam. I am chanting the glories of Lord Krishna, is Gita. So, bhajana kriya. Then we get engaged in such activities. So this is bhakti yoga. There are varieties. Right now we are performing bhakti yoga by Shravanam, Kirtanam. Remembrance will come. So then, anartha nivriti, then purification starts. Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivriti, and then comes Nishtha, firm faith. You see, initially some faith, then firm faith. As soon as we associate, we start chanting, start hearing, firm faith will come. And then Ruchi, taste will come. Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti will get attached. We won't like outside activities. We'll get attached to such activities, bhakti activities. We would only get attached to the food, eating food, only that is offered to Krishna. Like if somebody brings chappan bhog from 5-star hotel, we'll not eat. Why? Is it offered to Krishna? Otherwise, some people, it's a full tasty. Hell with that. If it's not offered to Krishna, nothing doing. So you become attached to prasad, asakti, then ruchi, taste comes. Bhav, and then pray. Bhav, we get the anubhav of Krishna. Krishna talks to us. And then prem, full enlightenment, love erupts in the heart. So this step-by-step process, it takes time. For everything, we need to have time. For a diamond, when it passes through so many of beatings, then the diamond will shine. So within our heart, so many kam, krodh, lobh, moh is there. We have to purify that. Stick to the process. Start with Shravanam. Shravanam, hearing. Come regularly, hear. Every day morning we have Bhagavatam class. And Sunday evening we have Bhagavad Gita class. Come, hear. Shravanam. Kirtanam, chant. Chant the names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then what will happen? We get liberated. Krishna says, Muchante. What happens to such? Muchante te api karmabhi. From all the activities, the results of all the activities they get liberated. What happens to those who don't follow that? One who does not put faith in Krishna's active words, what happens to them? Right? What happens to them? That's next verse. 32nd verse. For that, come next Sunday. Isn't it? Very interesting. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any quick questions? Somebody would like to ask? Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Okay, this question is, how do we get detachment? What kind of prayers, what kind of activities that we can perform by which we can get detached? Because naturally all people have expectations, isn't it? Very, very nice question. Because we all work based on expectations, isn't it? In this world, employee is working expecting that he will get a salary at the end. Mother is carrying child in a womb expecting after 9 months she will deliver. Student is studying expecting that he will clear the exams. After exams he will get job, earn money, settle nicely. So without expectation, how can? So expectation is done there. Even when we come to temple or take to spirituality, we have expectation. Maybe we'll become happy. Maybe one day we'll achieve the love of Godhead. So then how to get detached from other activities and get attached to such? So to get detached, one can get detached if one has something in hand. Like if I tell the beggar, why you are eating this sukha bread? In our temple we have chappan bhog, prasad, tasty prasad. And I just tell him whatever I have experienced. What will happen to him? He's not getting that. He's having in hand what? Sukha bread. But if I give him Mahaprasad, chappan bhog, then will he eat that bread? No. Naturally, we'll get detached to that. So when we have something in hand, then it becomes easy to detach. So without experiencing this bhakti, by following the process, and we say that, oh, now I know, I should be detached. And we do not take up to chanting, hearing, reading scriptures. And we said, I want to be detached like them, or this person, that sadhu, like that. And we said, no, I'll be detached. No, it won't happen. Because it's the nature of human being to attach. कहीं ना कहीं चिपक जाता है वो, है ना? I remember when I was small, guests would come at our home, for a few days, guests would come during holidays and all. And they would behave with a small kid very nicely. And we love that. And so when they would go, we would cry. Why? Because the nature is chipak jana. Similarly, when we are young, it's natural, चिपक जाता है. कोई, like youngsters get चिपक, अरे ये लड़की अच्छी लगी, वो लड़का अच्छा लगा, it's चिपकना. Similarly, जॉब बड़ा हो गया, ये जॉब को चिपक गया, वो जॉब को चिपक गया, घर को चिपक गया, this home, that. So this is the nature. But the reality, nothing is permanent. Everything will change. After happiness, distress will come. That's the reality of this world. So understanding the reality of this world, we have to understand the reality of this world, that there will be some happiness, there will be some distress, but we still continue to follow the process of Krishna consciousness. Stick to the injunctions of Krishna. Understand, have faith that whatever Krishna does is for our good. I know some people, few of them, when they come to Krishna consciousness, they start chanting, and when some difficulty comes, they give up chanting. I am chanting, and how can this happen? So the faith is being tested when difficulty comes. Otherwise, how will understand whether we have faith or not? When some difficulty comes, still we stick to the process or not. That will show our faith in the process. And with such faith, if we continue, then purification will start. So how do we detach? By becoming attached. And how do we become attached? By following the process of Krishna consciousness, even with obstacles, which is a part of life. Lord does that to test us. Because unless some obstacles is not there, how will we grow? Even in the gym, you see, we are not taking a small kilos of that. No. The more the obstacles, the more the body will build. So the more the obstacles, the more one will grow. And Krishna is a perfect exam setter, paper setter. He knows how much difficulty to give to somebody, to everyone. It's not like somebody may say, everything is settled, that's how you could join and people can follow. No. And somebody said, but my difficulty is so big, I cannot follow. No. Everybody, to everyone, Krishna sets particular paper, exactly. Such difficulties Krishna gives. So if we follow, continue the process, then surely, slowly but surely, we'll get detached from the unwanted thing and become attached to Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.